Ain't nothing coming to you until you become it. I'll say that again. Ain't nothing coming to you until you become it. Okay, so this lesson is not going to take long. I am asking one question. What is it that you really want? You've got to, for a lot of people, they don't know. You've got to start pondering that. You've got to give yourself permission to dream. You've got to give yourself permission to consider that you're not just a number here that nobody cares about and that has no purpose and who doesn't have any choice but to accept whatever life doles out to you. Because if that's what you believe and that's the default by which you are living, then you're getting what you're getting because you don't have the focus and the audacity to believe that you can have whatever it is that you want. Now, listen, this is about to be the shortest lesson on manifestation. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because it doesn't take a lot. And you may have to forego or at least put on the shelf a lot of the things you've been conditioned for in order for this to stick. If it's the first time you're hearing it, it probably won't stick. If it's the first time you're hearing it, it will probably sound so far out that that you struggle to accept the realities of how things manifest. It is very simple. It is very simple. But nobody can teach you what they did not know. So if you are what you consider an adult, and maybe even old or an elder, and it's the first time you're hearing it, you're probably going to struggle with it. But you can, at any time you choose, change that. You can change that things have come to you with struggle, and that's the only way for things to happen, and everything has to be difficult, and all of that. You can live with that if you want to, and you can keep passing it on to the people around you and the young people, and continue to make their lives difficult. The reality is, you are creating your reality. Whatever your life is, darn it. People are like, there you go, victim blaming. You blaming me for what life gives. Stop. Nobody's victim blaming. Nobody's blaming anything. Nobody's blaming you for nothing. You can't be blamed for what you didn't know. But you can at any time become a student of life. Listen, I don't coddle. I educate. If you need coddling, this is probably not the place for you. But if you want to learn how to be more effective at this thing called life and become a student of life, then I've got a couple things to share with you. And I look forward to you coming back to tell me how this works for you and how you are willing to see yourself as a creator of your own experience. I know that's difficult for a bunch of you. I've said before, and I'll continue to share, and one day I'm going to share my story about it all. Y'all, I came out of religion. I grew up in religion. I come from a family of ministers. I'm a certified Christian minister myself. I'm an evangelical Christian minister. So I come from a space of conditioning that there's some external outside something that makes sure that that gives me whatever if I follow this set of rules and the checklists. And I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe any of that. And I haven't believed any of that for over 20 years. And over these 20 years, then my life has been more of what I have created and what I desire and what I want than it ever was before. So with that, I've done a training already on mindset. I've done many, actually. You'll be able to find some that I've already done on mindset. But one in particular where I talk about the 4 philosophies of life, and I'll put the link up here so that you can see it. But one of the philosophies that have served me brilliantly, and I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about this picture behind me in a bit, real shortly. Because I've decided I'm going to start sharing some of the phenomenal art in this house. And this is one of them. So I'll tell you who they are and what it's about. But things happen as they ought. That is one of the grounding philosophies that are just part of who I am. So that when anything happens, I am never the victim. I am never blaming anybody else. I never, ever am I pointing the finger externally. You are where you are, and you're going to have to create your way out of it. I say this a lot too. Ain't nothing coming to you until you become it. I'll say that again. Ain't nothing coming to you until you become it. Well, how do you become things? Well, if things are happening as they ought, and you understand that there are things that you can do in order to create that thing, then if things are happening as they ought, then I'm emitting things. I am creating things. I'm thinking things. I am feeling things. And the way that you become is that you feel your way. What most people do is, in their lives, they find things that are broken and just look to fix them. So they're focused on the brokenness and trying to fix. That is energy. And energetically, that is not going to move you in the future. That is going to keep you stuck, because whatever is broken is past tense. What do you want? What do you want? That's what you need to link up with energetically. That's the feeling place you need to get energetically, because you will attract that thing to you when you become it. Now, let me explain the difference between the philosophy, things happen as they ought, versus one that many people have kind of surrendered life to, I believe, which is in order to make people feel better about maybe lagging behind. You'll hear some people say, but you're right where you're supposed to. You're not too late. It's all okay. It's right. Well, to me, there's a difference. One of them is about fate and just waiting for stuff to happen. The other is about understanding where it is and also owning responsibility for. So accepting that things, and either way, whichever one of them, it is to your advantage to just own all of it. Whether you are lagging behind or you have created whatever and you own that you've created it. So people are where they're supposed to be, whether they have worked toward it or not, because that people usually say that kind of stuff when they feel like they're lagging or when others have lagged. There are always things you can do to create a better life for yourself. So things happen as they ought. I know that like I know my name. Everything that is in my life, I have played a part in bringing it to me. First, with what I think about it. How am I thinking about this thing? Am I positive about stuff or am I negative about stuff? Am I generally positive or am I generally negative? Because I am creating my own reality. If I'm negative, then everything I do is going to be negative. How I operate, what I say, who I talk to, the conversations that I perpetuate, and that is energy. Everything is energy. If I'm staying in those negative places, then the universe can't do anything other than bring me more of whatever I'm focused on. Because the universe is not discerning like that. The universe is like, oh, this is what you want? The way the universe knows what you want is by what you give your attention to. I said this is going to be the shortest lesson on manifestation you've ever heard. There it is. You just heard it. Things happen as they ought based on what you think and then what you feel. Stop trying to fix what's broken and start feeling your way to what you want. Align yourself with the things that you want, with what you desire. Okay? All right, now I'm done with the lesson. Now let me tell you about these beautiful people on the wall here. One of the things that I love about this house is the artwork. The artwork is amazing. It is totally dedicated to New Orleans culture. So this is Antoinette and Ernie Cato, and they were the owners of a lounge called Mother-in-Law Lounge. And it was huge. I mean, you know, my dad used to go there. And I went there as well before they both passed away. Now it is run by the legendary Kermit Ruffin, who is a phenomenal musician in New Orleans. And maybe the more I'll start to, you know, just start doing some of my videos in front of the art because in order to display some of it, because it is absolutely fascinating. And the owners of this house, I love aesthetics. So I will rent places that are already done and already fabulous because aesthetics matter to me. My creative juices flow when things are pretty. And so I like renting fabulous houses. I hate decorating. I would never take the time to decorate a house like this. I wouldn't. But I enjoy things that are already done. I hate furniture shopping. I hate anything that is focused on anything that especially a lot of things that people say are typically female. Shit, I don't like it. But I love nice things. So this is Ernie and Antoinette Cato.